Hello and welcome to another episode of Full Warning, a Team Serious podcast. Today we welcome guest Kyle Wells.
The Kyle Wells.
Of course. What's up, the Kyle Wells?
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
Doing pretty good. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm going to hit you with my traditional question. The Kyle Wells, who are you and what are you doing here?
Who are you and what are you doing here?
So I am the Kyle Wells. There are other impersonators allegedly in the area of Cleveland, Ohio.
There's other Kyles in Cleveland area? Like, it's not even, like, north...
Oh, yes, there is. And we play at the same LGS sometimes, which is important to have the distinction.
I guess I never knew that that's why you were the Kyle Wells.
Yeah. And I go to LGSs sometimes to pick up an order. Like, I'll go to Kid Force and say, I'm Kyle Wells here to pick up my cards. And they'll tell me, you're not Kyle Wells. I'm still trying to get it straight. But
this other Kyle Wells is more well-known than you at LGS, apparently.
I know. I don't think I've met him either, so...
Dude gets
I don't know
around.
if I play gigs.
He's a character.
Wow.
And
wow. All
I
right.
think there's
Well,
more
maybe
than
we
one.
should call him for the next podcast, Angelo. What do you
He
think?
literally plays all the magic that Kyle doesn't. Like, whatever formats you don't play, Kyle, this guy plays, and vice versa. So he might just be like your missing other half.
We should get together.
It's Bizarro Kyle, sounds like.
Yeah. Right.
Lots of hair covered in tattoos.
So
Oh, yeah.
you're dodging my question, though, which is, what are you doing
Yeah.
here?
Who are you and what are you doing here?
You know, I don't have a lot going on. You guys called me. We went to Kumite. I think we're here to talk about Kumite.
I like that answer.
But-
I like making people really uncomfortable with that question. So I didn't let you squirm as long as I might have, but that was, the point of that question is just to get people uncomfortable, like to question, what am I doing? Why am I
Why
here?
are you?
Maybe
See how
Why are you
serious
on
you
my
are.
existential crisis. Yeah. All right. So what's up, Angelo? How you doing, man? Since we last talked, anything you want to drop on us?
I'm doing great.
He's doing
Can I just say,
awesome.
I don't remember exactly when I met my wife, but I remember exactly when I met Angelo.
Okay. When did you meet Angelo? What was the
I'm honored,
why did
but
you
okay.
remember that?
It was at
And we will
Bottle
tell your
House.
wife that.
Oh man, she's probably gonna hear this. She's gonna have questions. So it was at Bottle House. I remember walking in, and I was coming to play in one of the middle school tournaments that Angelo hosts. I think it might have been the one before
Yes.
the lane last year. And he was the first guy there. I walked in, and there was just this guy sitting there eating a cheeseburger in this room by himself with a backpack. And I was like, this has to be the right place. And he was just like staring me down. I walked up to him. He's just like, what's up? And he just like stopped eating, and we played Magic. And it was great. And I was like, man, this guy's pretty cool.
I assure you, I did
I'll
not
never forget it.
pause eating my burger to play Magic with you. That never
Patently
happened.
ridiculous.
Seriously, like ask anybody. I'll finish
Those
my
are good
burger
burgers.
before I start a match.
Revisionist history already. Our guests tend to revise history when they come on this show.
It's cool. I mean, his memory's better than the truth. So
Indeed. So I don't recall when we actually met, Kyle. Do you remember that? Do you remember our first meeting? I kind of feel left out now.
We, yeah, I can mean it sounds like I could just make stuff up. So, no, I do remember actually. So it was, if I go back a little further before that, just to set it up, me, John Burney, and a bunch of other guys, people you might know, like Mike Clements, Herbie, Snook, Biagio, Ward, who was at Kumite with us, Paul Deegan, Jeremy Chernick, Chris Caracasis. All these guys used to play a lot of old school, like 2017, 2018. We would play almost weekly at Empire Games. We played online a lot.
Okay.
So I think it was 2019. Bernie and I and Chernick went down to the Columbus Kobolds event in Columbus,
Nice.
Ohio,
Okay.
at some brewery. What was the brewery called? Brewdog, maybe.
I don't think it was at a BrewDog, that one, but it might have been. It was like a game weekend too, but I was there.
Yeah.
So did I meet you there? I met you there, right?
So yeah, you were talking with Bernie, and you guys found out that you both like lived in or grew up in the Warren area, Youngstown area.
Yes.
So you
Okay.
guys were chatting each
Yes.
other up, and you were introducing us to middle school. I felt like you were at the old school event just to recruit people to middle school and vintage. So I didn't really talk to you too
I
much.
like old school.
I
I like old school.
wasn't. Yeah, I didn't know anything about Warren, so I let you guys just do the chatter.
Yeah. You're trying not to get recruited. You're like, this guy's gonna recruit. I don't want to get recruited.
That sounds complicated. I'm out.
Right on, right on. So fast forward to 2024. We are getting ready. We're talking about this event that is an annual event, Kumite. It's in Jackson, Michigan. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to go or not, but I registered, and you registered, Bernie registered, and Ward registered, yeah, and then Angelo got in, and we got Craig in, and then Steven got an invitation at the last minute. And I'm naming off all the people that were basically coming from Cleveland in our two cars. So talk to me about your car and like how you put that together, or I wasn't involved in, like Angelo was involved initially, right? So then I wasn't involved till later.
I was just looking for a free ride, man. So I was like, Kyle, you should drive. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll take my bros. That's how it went.
That's just how it went.
Bernie,
Okay.
Bernie and I had registered for Kumite. We were going to go out there, and Ward was like talking about it, but Ward never comes to anything, so we weren't really sure he was committed. He said he was going to sign up, and then a couple weeks later, he messaged us. He's like, "Hey, this is sold out. Is that possible?" We were like, "Yeah." It's like the day.
Yeah,
You got to get on these things, and he's like, "Oh, guess I'm not going." But somehow he ended up getting a spot. I think somebody else noticed that there was opening or something, so he registered. It was going to be the three of us. For a while there, Bernie and I were close to dropping from Kumite and switching to a sorcery event in Kentucky that weekend. So
Boo.
glad we didn't do that. We've never done a sorcery event.
Oh, well, I guess I mean, okay, to be fair on that, I guess the Ebon Hand guys are real into sorcery, so I assume you were going to go meet up with them.
I hadn't gotten to the point where I was like messaging people to see who's going because we didn't actually end up switching over to that, but we talked about it.
I didn't see any Ebon Hand guys at Kumite. Maybe that's where they all were.
Yeah, and then Angelo decided he's going to tag along, so we were like, sure, let's have a car of 4 people. So we had like a text string where I was sending out deck ideas for days or weeks. Like, I might play this, I might play that. And then 4 or 5 more people got added or something. I don't know. So needed 2 cars for sure.
There were some real humdinger deck ideas too. Are we going to be talking about that later in the show, or do we just need to do it now?
I think we're going to
I
skip
think you.
I mean, I'll pull up the
Angelo,
group chat.
go. Yes, Angelo, go.
I mean, I will lead by saying that I didn't offer any deck suggestions at all because I had no idea what I was going to play. Not because I was trying to be, sneaky or anything. The card that came up the most was Arena. They just kept talking about Arena. Trying to see whether you should play 3 or 4
It's the
in
Kumite.
a deck,
Right.
which was stressful
Makes
to
sense.
me because it's a terrible card.
Is this your Kyle voice, by the way? Just to be clear.
No, I'm thinking while I'm talking here. There's some. I got the pictures now. So we got some Eureka decks that were thrown around. Let's see what other card showed up in these discussions. Oh, yeah, Worms of the Earth.
I forgot about that. Right.
Was an idea that was kicked around.
That's going to be good.
And I'm sorry,
So
Kyle. I think these are all your ideas. In fact, it looks like you're the one talking about decks. But it's.
Yeah,
I mean, there were some good ideas, some crazy ideas out there. It could have been fun.
You did talk me down from 4 Arena to 1 at least, but I had to play the Arena because it's like in Bloodsport, the two guys enter, one guy leaves, right? Their arena is 3,
Right.
tap it, 2 creatures fight each other. Basically, one's going to die.
I found the best deck right here.
Was that the one I played?
No, this one is the one where you try to win with Wanderlust.
Ah,
Ooh.
right. That's a Raja deck, I
Do you
think.
want to walk us through that, Angelo?
I'm too dumb to figure out. It looks like he's got just a bunch of fog effects, force field, fog, spore cloud, and then Arborea, drop of honey. So ways to just neutralize the battlefield, and then 4 copper tablets and 4 wanderlusts, 4 black vice.
So yeah, kill him with Wanderlust.
I think about stuff like that when we're going to these tournaments at a bar or like where there's a lot of drinking and like socializing. I just want to play a deck that either is like super fast or one where it doesn't really do much and I don't have to think a lot. Usually,
You just play lands and
that thought
spells
process.
and not die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe we build like the draw the game deck for you next time. I feel like you're a nice guy, and that would be like no one loses.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. They're fun. They're really fun deck ideas. I mean, it would be a blast to play. You should have played the Pillow Fort deck.
On my side, I got in the last minute. Kyle adds me into this thread, and then my question was like, okay, so where are we staying? And then that prompted like everyone on the thread to realize that wasn't actually solidified. So that was good. I was glad that I was able to help. So what that led to was that it ended up that I booked an Airbnb in Jackson for me, Angelo, Craig, and Steven. And then there was a Holiday Inn or a hotel room on the other side for Kyle and Bernie and Ward, right?
Holiday Inn Express.
Holiday Inn Express. Oh, whoa. Not
I don't
the
know.
Tally Hotel. They get you in, get you out. Rush. I got to Stevens at like 4 o'clock or something like that. And then we got on the road. And we had like a pretty uneventful trip. I don't think was there anything of note on our trip, Angelo?
I don't think so. I mean, we had to stop. There was a contentious stop.
Some people had to pee, basically. And
I
have a weak bladder.
No marathons around Steven's house this time?
No, thank God.
No. It was fine. That was all fine. Yeah. No, we were just slowly loading up there, So the only, I guess, event I would say is that we decided that we weren't going to try to meet up with anyone on Friday night because we had all worked or were tired from driving, and we were going to plan to go to the Airbnb. We looked up a few pizza places that were available for delivery and determined that there were some, right? Angelo, I forget. We ordered from Hotline, but what were the other ones?
Well, at first there was an abundance of choices, but then we started to look closer at the hours, availability, delivery options. We narrowed it down to one, basically. That wasn't a chain.
Yeah.
Because you got to try the local za.
Yeah. We eliminated chains off the jump. So yeah. So okay. So but we determined that play was available to us, right? Just go to the Airbnb, set up, play anti-magic cards.
Not worry about it. You want to play with us? Come on over.
Right. So that's what we plan to do. And we pulled in what, like 8:45, 9?
Yeah, 8, 9 o'clock.
All right. So Kyle, where were you at 9 o'clock?
We stopped 10 minutes into our drive so we could go to the bathroom, which is awesome.
So slightly more contentious bathroom stop than our stop 2 hours in.
So you had it lucky, Raja.
Well, 9 o'clock. I don't know.
Okay, so you drove 10 minutes, and then where did you stop to go to the bathroom?
The first rest stop Ward saw. So Ward and Bernie both live way on the east side. They obviously did not plan well and didn't realize that I have bathrooms at my house. So they drove out here. It took it probably an hour. And then they got in my car. We started driving, and Ward realized that he was not prepared for a 3-hour trip. So we pulled over immediately. Then I decided I might as well eat now.
So, but can I say, like, you're a father. Angelo's a father. Like, Angelo's asked me, "Do you need to go potty?" Like when I got to his house.
I know. That's smart. I only think to ask that of 3-year-olds. I don't think to ask it of 40-year-olds.
I even made
now,
Steve and Craig get out of the car and go.
Angela's like, tell Steven and Craig to go to the bathroom too. And why they were annoyed that Angelo was the one who had to pee, right, in the end. Because he made them
I also
like
went right before I left.
Right? Yeah. All right, so you're now you're like in for a penny, in for a pound. All right, so we stop to pee 10 minutes in. We're gonna eat now too, right?
Right. I was like, hey, we're stopping. I'm not stopping again. They got like fried chicken from Popeyes. I got some Panera at this rest stop. My sandwich was oddly small. It was weird. It was like a tiny square sandwich. I don't know how that
was. It the butt of the bread? Like, did they have two butts that made it so that it was just small?
They did run out of the actual bread for the sandwich, so they had to sell me on some other bread. So that might be what happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Late at night, truck stop or whatever, rest stop. They don't care. Like, here's some bread.
Panera. Okay. All right. So you guys eat at the rest stop. You get back in the car. You're on the road again. And straight on to Jackson at that point?
Can you believe it? We didn't have to pee once on the rest of the trip. Made it.
So straight from the rest stop to the Holiday Inn Express.
Well, I did miss the exit twice, but besides that, straight there, yes.
Love it.
Okay.
A lot of chitter chatter, missed a couple exits, but we got there. So probably
fair. You were
close to 11.
Were you strategizing arena, like deeply strategizing on arena, and missed the turn?
We were mostly talking about parenting and high school.
Okay.
So
nice.
Not a lot of strategy. Right. Yeah.
So you get into the Holiday Inn Express. I had messaged you and said, "Hey, dude, you want to come here? Come here. You should do that." And so you set up at the Holiday Inn Express. No surprises there, I hope.
So the room was a little warm. That was a surprise. Wasn't great. We found out the next day that all they had to do was come in, like press a button and fix it. So it was only one night of suffering, which was good, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so Ward and Bernie took the beds that were in like the second room. I took the couch that was in the ante room or whatever you would call it when you come into a hotel room. There's like the little, the TV and the couch there. You get the pull-out couch bed. So I said, I'll take this because I'm going to go over to their house. I'll come back whenever. I don't want to have to like climb over you guys or wake somebody up or something. So I'll just take this one by the door.
Right.
So set that bed up and then headed out to your place.
Angelo, you're already like you immediately set up, and I think you're playing against Steven or Craig. Who are you playing? Like right away, you're playing a game.
I was playing with Craig because Steve was still sleeving up his decks. I think. No, it was the other way around. Craig was drawing, and so I got in there.
Craig was still drawing. Yeah. Because Steven, I didn't play him till after you guys played, and that was a tight one. For those who are hearing us talk about Ante, Angelo, can you break down what are we doing? What is this Ante deck stuff that we're playing?
We've kind of hijacked the name. I mean, it's properly Evan Ante, but we've been calling it Ohio Ante because we got our own little thing going on with it too. So they probably don't mind. It's Alpha 2 Alliances. Does that include Homelands, by the way? I always forget.
Homelands and Alliances.
Not like that's relevant, but I mean, I guess it's for Ante-ing cards. Maybe it is. But yeah, you just play Magic like your dad did. Ante a card at the beginning of the match. For some reason, it's a blind ante. That's okay. And then when you lose a card, you get to deface it or add to the art, depending on what kind of human being you are, and give that to your opponent if they win. Obviously, if they lose, you get the cards. But it's caused quite an interesting. There's an interesting situation because number one, ante cards are out there. Contract from Below is insane, obviously. Jeweled Bird's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. I mean, there's some good cards. There's some bad ones, too, that you're tempted to play with because they say Ante on them.
They do say Ante on them.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't cast Dark Pact at least a couple times and ask myself, what am I doing? There's some cards that have been made up that are out there that must be earned, not given. There's like an odd value to them. There's no cash value to them, but they're still highly coveted.
Yes. I look forward to continuing to battle people and disseminating them through losses, though I'm sure I won't actually lose that many times. But that's my
All right.
swagger.
Just because you said that.
You're gonna build Kyle, one time Angelo kept beating up on me in middle school with this black-red rack deck. So I made a deck that had like all the creatures that benefit from being discarded, and like so like dodecapod. Basically, like Angelo was like, "What? Okay." And then like the first one I played, and then the second, then he caught on that like the whole deck was just anti-discard, main deck anti-discard. So now he's gonna do that to my deck in Ante. It sounds like.
I will say, when I showed up at your house, you had fat stacks of anti-winnings just piled up next to you. It was insane. You're like, here's the cards I've won. Want to play? It's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I can't really legitimately play this deck at the land because I feel like no one will be prepared for it properly except perhaps Angelo now.
I already got the first 8 cards picked out.
Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast.
Pyroblast.
Yeah. Good. All right. So, we get to the house. Kyle, you get over. Let's just pause to talk about Pizza Hotline. Okay. So, Pizza Hotline, local pizza place. They do what a lot of pizza places do is they also have subs, which is very clutch. You can toast the sub in the pizza oven. You can make it all nice. When I have a group of people, always my play is to try to get a few subs to chop up to go with my pizza. So I was able to basically kind of like will my food choices onto the group.
No, I was glad we got the sandwiches. My only regret is not asking for some marinara sauce to go with the cheesy garlic bread. I thought that would have been included.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even eat that garlic bread because it didn't have any sauce or anything.
It needed the sauce.
Yeah, so we got 2 subs. One was an Italian Supremo, I believe, and the other one was a Philly cheese steak. Is that right?
It was just a steak sub.
Steak sub, not a Philly cheese steak. But it was like not a steak burger. It was a grilled steak.
I think that's like a Michigan thing, like the ribeye steak sub. There's a place called Big John I've been to that has those.
Just ribeye. You know, I liked it. So we chopped that up in 4s. We all had a segment, and then the pizza selection was sausage and mushroom, which is was pretty much my favorite toppings, and then you could add onions to that, and I would definitely be happy. And then the other one was meat lovers.
Meat lovers,
and then a case of High Life and a case of Busch, and that. Yeah, we don't drink as much beer as when I was younger. I mean, we drank a lot, but we didn't
there was
finish
still
all that beer.
a lot left with us, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I was drinking and eating and magicking to my level of contentment. Kyle, what are your takeaways from Ante? Are you going to build any different new Ante decks, or are you going to just kind of stick with what you got, or what are you thinking? Did you see anything you liked?
I liked your deck, but I would never play that. First of all, it's way beyond me. Second of all, it takes too long. I'm not that committed.
It didn't take that long. It doesn't take that long. It takes shorter than your fog deck.
That's true. If I had played it, it would have taken long. You were slamming through it.
Okay.
My big takeaway is I need to add the Rocs cards. I don't know how much you want to get into those, but there's some secret Ante cards I need to add to my deck that I forgot to bring.
No, you definitely want to put those in for sure. I don't want to go all into what they do, but essentially, we're playing Ante. It's old school. Not many people are going to ante their actual power, so we're trying to just kind of add some of that power level back into the format as Alpha 2 alliances, but that includes, Moxes and Lotuses and things like that. So we're trying to just kind of bring that level back up a little bit, but also balance it out with maybe some anti-effects, because that's what it's all about. It's winning people's cards and or losing your cards in fun and interesting ways. I beat Steven at 1 life. Like, that was the best game of anti I had, where I basically, like, on the last turn, Exaxes, like, I needed to not have to tap a pain land, and I didn't have to tap it in order to counter his spell, and he died on his upkeep. I enjoyed it. My other main deck that I tried was a blue-white 75 card control deck, so it just had like every answer in it. I would think I want to play that deck again. I liked having the 75 cards. It had 4 Jam Day tomes in it, and that was cool.
Did you have Remove Soul?
I did not have Remove Soul in that deck, actually. Okay. No.
I think 75's a good idea, because you lose a few cards and whatever. Indeed. I think I want to play Book. What I was going to say is I want to play Book in a deck that is like red-green or a non-blue deck. Like a deck that you really aren't going to get any draw effects in, and then like just play like non-blue control, kind of.
Non-blue control.
I mean, you got a lot of creatures, so you can just play board control, hand control with Disrupting Scepter, and then, play Jocko Hops.
Only you would call an aggro deck a control deck. I like it. It's all creature. Like a control deck.
No. I mean to say, like, your opponent's have creatures.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't saying no. I'm saying play like Stormbind and stuff.
You could do all the blocking.
Yeah.
Okay, Stormbind. Yeah, I like it.
All right, so this is Friday. It was too late when we actually started it, but Angelo, talk to us about your, I think we talked before about your gold border deck collection, but
I'll talk about it all day, man. See, I wanted to take one of the top 4s that I have. Well, they're not even top 4s, really. They're a smattering of decks, but you insisted on the full 8. So the only one that exists of that is the 1996 set, which, again, good idea. Not wrong. So I brought all 8 decks, and we were going to do the top 8 again just to see, how they play out. And in the first round, we got 3 matches done, I think. In the first round, we didn't even get the 4th match done.
Yeah, but they were all upside down.
All 3 of them were up, or 2 of them were upsets, right? Didn't one of them win proper? I know Eric Tam beat Michael Lecanto, which is upside down. And I'm pretty sure that George Baxter
won.
Leon Lindback.
Yeah.
But I think Lestray beat Reginald.
Okay.
That was actually wasn't that you and Kyle playing that? Did you play any of those?
You played Hammer or Lestray, right?
That match went correctly.
Okay, lost to Raja.
Yeah, that match went correctly, but then the next one. Anyway, the reason I wanted to do this one is because it's the only one that has the full top 8, right? And
Kyle lost because there were no arenas in the deck.
My interest in this is basically to say, how good were these actual decks, and then how much were the pilots just cheating, right? And because we know cheating was rampant back then. And I'm interested to know, the only thing we need to do, as Angelo pointed out this time, which we're going to do for the next time, is that we need to use the correct mulligan rule. We were using the modern day mulligan rule, which shouldn't be being used for these decks.
I don't know. I would argue that maybe it's okay because we're trying to determine which deck is the best, not who's luckiest, I think
true.
The current mulligan system kind of mitigates some of the luck.
That's true. Yeah, and as long as you're not playing with your lap cards like they used to, then...
Yeah, you only get 2 this time around.
Yeah, I didn't expect this tournament, so I was not prepared to cheat. I came in blind. So if I cheated, it was by mistake.
These particular ones also are fun because of the 5-card rule, right? This Pro Tour Homeland sucked so bad that they had to make the rules that you had to include 5 cards from every set because they didn't want to make it
Oh,
so obvious that they were
well,
forcing people to put Homelands in their deck.
that explains a lot of the card choices. I did not realize that.
I think Chronicles was
Yeah,
a bit underwhelming for some of the deck types too.
but still, the point was is that they couldn't make it blatant that it was for Homelands, right? So they made it all of them, and they were hoping that some of the all stars of Homelands would come through and show people what was
I don't
what.
know. I don't think Fallen Empires was doing a lot of work back then either. I mean, the format
They knew
was
Fallen Empires sucked, though. They knew Fallen Empires was a dog.
yeah,
They
but they
were
wanted
over
to make you
that.
play it. So I think Ice Age was the newest set at the time, and Dual Lands weren't in it. No revised because there's no Serendibs either. So I think it was 4th edition to Ice Age.
There you
Was
go.
there a deck that had one Necro and that was the only black card?
That was
I
Baxter
don't think I
deck, I
saw that
thought.
black card. That's pretty wild. I like it.
You had to meet the 5-card
That's
Ice Age
Baxter
limit.
deck. Yeah.
So you chose triple black.
Kyle, so when you left our place on Friday, did you get any food or anything, or just go back to your alcove?
I thought about getting gas because we were basically out of gas, but everything's closed in Jackson, Michigan after a certain time. So I think there was a gas
Yeah,
station somewhere I could have found, but it was like back roads back to the hotel. It was like a 5-minute drive. So I just parked and figured we'll get gas on the way tomorrow. So that's what we did. Just went back to the hotel.
so I would like to transition our talk here to Kumite and talking about the rounds and such. But I guess I will also, before we transition to that, we'll start just proper Saturday morning food. Like we didn't have anything spectacular or anything to write home about. We just stopped at Tim Hortons and got some breakfast Sammys and some coffees. So that was, I had ambitions to do more, but I had drank all those beers and ate all that pizza at very late in the night or early in the morning, however you want to say. So, Kyle, anything interesting for breakfast?
Yeah, I got back to the hotel at like 2:30, something like that. And I was the first one up. So I think I was the first one up. I was up for about 8. I only have one kid. Ward and Bernie each have 2 kids, so I think they took the opportunity to sleep in a bit.
Yeah,
Sounds like
fair
they
enough.
needed the rest. So I just
Yeah,
went down at the Holiday Inn Express and loaded up from the breakfast bar there, which was pretty good.
nice,
I've
nice.
I've traveled a lot for work and experienced a lot of hotel breakfast buffets, but this one was actually pretty good for a Holiday Inn Express. Had like the little
Nice.
folded over egg omelet thing, but it had some veggies in it. They had the sausage. They had a pancake machine, which I did not
Oh,
try to figure. I
pancake
didn't try to
machine.
figure that one out, but
Yeah.
it was the first time I'd seen one of those. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So it was pretty good. I loaded up, and then I actually took a walk over to Sam's Club in the rain just because I wanted to walk off my meal because I ate way too much. And then I got
Right.
back and Bernie's like,
Just
Where the hell have you been?"
like just
So
walking, baby. I'm gonna take a shower now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Enjoy your breakfast. See ya. So it was good.
Nice, nice. Okay, you got those guys all together. We all headed over to the Ironbark Brewery. So this is a new venue this year at Ironbark, and there was 41 people registered. And my goal for these kinds of events, especially, is to not play anyone from my car. So I was really hoping that that was not going to happen. So we were heading into round one. Started seeing a bunch of people that I know. I saw Shaman Ben. I ended up seeing Andrew, his brother. Saw a bunch of other people as I was coming in. Jaco was standing outside. I didn't realize he was going to be there. Last minute entry. Yeah, it was awesome to see everyone walking in and just people I didn't realize were going to be there. Like the Revel brothers. I didn't know they were going to be there. I guess I thought John was going to be there because he had won last year, but wasn't sure. So anyway, We head into Ironbark, and there is 41 mages registered. What are you guys feeling? What are you guys thinking as we're walking in there, Angelo? What are you feeling?
I mean, it's good vibes. Had some nice features. They expected a lot space wise. There wasn't a lot of room for
Manage our
40
space,
players.
yeah.
Yeah, especially like, we're grown men and we come in all shapes and sizes. So yeah, a lot of 6-footers in the room, dude. I'm in the big people life.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just glad that as the day played out that it wasn't too big of a deal for us to spread out a lot. They made it sound.
It was very comfortable.
The impression I had was that was going to be a bunch of people showing up to see this band, but we got out of there before that crowd showed up. If they were coming.
Yeah. How did you feel, Kyle, walking in there? You feeling good about it?
I was excited to see people. I'm getting to the point where I actually recognize some other old school players. So I come to these events. I'm like, hey, I saw you at Thrash Bash. Like, I know this guy. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Get to
good.
Catch up with people from Discord and stuff, meet some new faces. So yeah, very good.
I was going to say it was weird when we were standing next to that one guy and you were like, hey, what's up? And then they were like, hey, what's up, Kyle? And then the guy who was just sitting at the bar was like, you're not Kyle Wells. That was weird, I thought. But other than that, it's cool.
It's everywhere I go. The Kyle Wells, damn it.
So yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, people should know you. You're a nice guy. And you had an awesome deck. So now talk to us about. So we're getting ready to play. So you got to tell us a little bit about your deck now. You got to reveal what you ended up on.
Well, I also want to talk about Scheherazade for sure. So make sure we get into all that, your shenanigans.
Yeah. I'll talk. We're all going to talk about our decks before we talk about our games. Yes. So you talk about yours first.
Yeah. So when we were at Battle for Ohio, that's why I was like obsessed with Fog, because we played this mono green format, and it was just like Steven and I only had a chance in any games because we kept playing Spore Clouds and Fogs and delaying until we could draw something good. So I was like, I kind of want to do that again. But another card that was in the mono green format that was super good was Eureka. The Barbarians, I think is what they call themselves, like Eric Limbacher. So they were playing this deck. It was two-headed giant mono green. So one guy on their team was playing Eureka and green stuff, and the other guy was playing basically no green cards, just giant creatures. And I was so jealous.
Right.
They were having all the fun. We were playing Fog, which I guess was like our best card, but it was not as cool as Colossus of Sardi or whatever. So I wanted a taste of their glory, so I played Eureka at Kumite. And as Angelo mentioned, I was excited to play Arena. So I wanted to put two creatures into the arena to see them battle it out Bloodsport style, like Jean-Claude Van Damme. So I played Eureka and 13 legendary creatures from my binder and just a bunch of green cards that I thought would help make that not be the worst deck ever. And it was pretty fun.
Did you put the good blue cards in it? That normally helps decks not be the worst decks ever.
I did, yes. I had the blue. Okay. Well, I don't know about all the blue cards, but some blue power. I had all the Moxen, the Lotus, Wheel of Fortune.
So you had good cards in it. Okay, yeah. So you gave yourself a chance. You put the good restricted shell, and then you just had kind of weird Eureka stuff. But you can win games with that still.
And I did, yeah. I called it greedy mono green because I had to hard cast my legends a lot with my green dual lanes. It was actually more complicated to pilot than I expected. I was doing a lot of if I tap this one for black and that one for blue, I wonder.
Then I won't have.
Then I still need red.
See, you screwed yourself. You thought you were playing something straightforward, and then you're like, "Why did I do this?"
And I was not.
I'll talk about my deck, and then Angelo, you can talk about your deck. As Kyle mentioned, I'm playing Scheherazade, which is Storytime deck. It is a net deck copy of Aaron West's deck, so I will give you the background of why basically I play it or what drew me to it. So I loved that idea of playing Scheherazade, playing sub games, and then when I watched them play it, it's very fast. Like Scheherazade is really a burn spell in the deck, right? So you play with a good pace and you try to concede the sub game if you're going to lose it clearly. So normally I concede the sub game, a turn or two before I might die because like just save some time because I'm not going to win. But I know what's in my deck, right? So the other reason I like to play Scheherazade is because when in 2019 I got 16th place at Vintage Champs, and you don't get cards for prizes at Champs, you get like store credit now. And with my store credit, I bought a Scheherazade. And so that specific Scheherazade represents to me kind of like, I like playing Magic and, let's play another game kind of idea. So that is why I am several reasons I'm attracted to Scheherazade, but also then finally, like, I played it at Lord's house, did not win, but I got second. Probably the best I've done in a field of really good old school players, like a really tight field of good ballers, and I was very proud of that finish. So I finally got it signed, the whole deck. So then to bring it back around, I played it at this event because there's 77 cards in the deck, and the last card I needed to have signed in the deck is The Preacher by Quentin Hoover, and I finally was able to obtain one of those. As you may know, Quentin is not with us anymore, so he cannot sign anymore. So I have to find well-authenticated ones with good provenance, because unfortunately there's bad people in the world who want to make money off this sort of thing and profit off this very popular artist's signature. So you don't want to just kind of buy one randomly. You want to make sure you know what you're buying. And I was able to find one from my fellow friend and collector, old school player Raymond Mitchell out of Toronto, and he shipped me 2 of them. So to wrap that up, that's why I played the deck, is all those reasons. I love Magic, but yeah, specifically I'm really attached to that deck, and now it's fully signed. So
Nice.
So, Angelo, you want to tell us about your decision to play your deck, or how you got to your decision to play your deck?
Yeah, man. I like playing the green-red Curd Ape deck a lot, until Channel Fireball action. And I really like the fact that it was a budget deck, but I played it a lot of things, and I've changed enough cards in it to where it's like kind of terrible now. So I need to go back to the original list that I got out of Mastering Magic cards. George Baxter, by the way.
It was Baxter deck. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It was actually an Ante deck, and so I'm probably going to build another one for Ante because it was like a cheap Ante deck to steal your opponent's stuff. And then I said, no, I'm going to play a different deck. And I was going to do Pinkwini, but my cards are a mess, so I couldn't find all the stuff I needed, and I didn't feel like making proxies. So I was looking at the 1996 World Championships decks that I was bringing anyways, and I realized that the Preston Poulter deck is 5 or 6 cards in the main off of Old School Legal and another 2 or 3 in the sideboard with like actually way better alternatives because, the 5-card bull thing. So I basically just took all the Homelands cards out and replaced them with other stuff, swapped Savannah for Brushlands. And then I thought, if I'm going to do this, I have 2 copies of that deck because I played that deck when I was 16 at Origins. They handed it to me as part of a tournament.
Nice.
I got the Preston Poulter deck. It was really fun. But I still have that one. It's beat to crap. And I was just going to get, the blanks and draw the cards on there. But then I said, no, I love playing Armageddon. I can make a deck that's more old school appropriate, with like 4 strip mines and stuff. I kind of looked through my collection and just put together a deck with cards that I have,
So an Armageddon deck, though.
Armageddon, yeah. I had 4 Arnums, 3 or 4 Geddons. You know the drill. Couple 2-drops, some mana accelerators.
Land of War.
Like 20 lands.
Disenchants,
I didn't
swords.
count strip mines. Yeah, removal.
Any 4-drops?
Urnums.
I
Sarah. Did you
I,
have any Sarahs?
I tossed a Sarah in there, and I forgot. I put a spicy card in there. I put Ication Town in there. I think
Occasion
that card's
Town.
good.
And you have Spitting Slug? War
No.
Mammoth or something? No.
No, all the cards in the deck except for Sarah were one pip.
1 pip. Okay.
Yeah.
No spiders.
No spiders.
Oh.
No.
I'm not blocking.
No spider. So, Angelo, we'll stick with you and we'll just run through the rounds. Anything you want to say, I will remind you about who you played. Oh, round 1, Bob playing his unsleeved 60 card alpha deck against you.
Yeah, dude. That was awesome. I think he took game 2, but no, I handled it pretty handily.
No,
he
he did
fun to
not.
see all those
He did
cards.
not win the game. He said you brutalized him in game 1 by casting Armageddon, and then also sideboarded against him, and like did it.
I didn't
again.
realize he didn't have a sideboard.
Yeah, well, did you notice that he was playing a 60 card alpha unsleeved deck?
I noticed it was 60 cards and it was unsleeved. I didn't realize he didn't have a sideboard sitting right there.
You didn't realize the thing of the gimmick was that it was an alpha deck.
I didn't realize it till game 2.
There you go. All right, so just brutalized him. It's okay, Bob. I did hear won a match later on in the day.
That's good.
He said it was his first match win with the deck in like many events.
Well, needless to say, I had no idea. I was feeling great after round 1. I was like, oh, this deck's killer. Like, I'm ready to go. I was fired up.
You didn't know. Good thing you didn't know. So then, what about you, Kyle? Kyle, you were facing off against Jaco in round 1. Yeah.
Imagine
Jaco's
walking into this with your dumb mean deck, and then you get paired against Jaco round 1. I was like, all right, let's back it up.
I've played Jaco using Eureka. I played him at Magic Fest Cleveland playing Eureka. Actually, I wasn't playing the Eureka deck. My friend Dave was playing the Eureka deck and got matched up against him. He was playing the same bizarre deck, and Jaco won by just like not letting him cast Eureka. He just kept stripping him, disenchanting his moxes, and then like just kept attacking for 2, and then made another like pixie or something, and then was able to attack for 4, and then by the time he could cast Eureka, it like just didn't matter because he just got burned out.
Oh, well, I can say he let me cast Eureka.
You did cast it, okay? So he did. He allowed it to go off.
Oh, he was having the time of his life. He was yucking it up. It was great. I would cast Eureka, and he would play 12 creatures. It's insane.
There's something wrong with that math, I think. I'm not.
Roughly 12.
Lap cards, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a lap card.
Yeah, he was on his Naya Bazaar Zoo deck. So, and this was my first game ever with my deck. I had never tested it before. So I remember at one point I played my Drop of Honey because that was like my hot tech against weenie decks. By the way, that card's way too slow.
Yeah, so I mean, you have to have like, it's pretty slow. You need like you need like other stuff going on. You can't just wait till they
other stuff.
play a dude.
I played that, and then I played a Bird of Paradise, and he was like, "You probably don't want to do that." And I was like, "You were correct."
Do that.
So
it has the
pick
least
that bird
power
up
now. Yeah, don't want to do that.
What a guy! So he beat me handily 2-0, no problem. And then we played some middle school after that, actually, which we had plenty of time for. So good times.
Yeah.
Somebody referred to him as the Pope of old school while we were playing, which I thought was pretty funny.
The Pope.
They needed a rules interpretation. They're like, "Jaco, you're the Pope of old school. How does this work?" He was like, "I don't think that's a compliment, but okay."
I don't think that's the compliment you think it is. I played Josh Bergoa round 1. He made a misplay and kind of got in his own head, and then I just beat him after that. There was just nothing. Game 2, he kept drawing and drawing. He kept drawing mana. I was just waiting to get fireballed out, but he didn't have it. Revenge I got on him from last year. He beat me at Kumite last year, so I'll take that one. Round 2, I ended up getting paired against my buddy Caleb from the Lords. He's a new member over there, and he muled some cards for me from Magic Fest to Kumite, so that was cool. As payment for that, he smashed my face in round 2. It was not super close. I think this was one of the only games I cast Scheherazade, and it was ill-advised. In the main game, I had 5 lands in play, and he had played a Juzam that I had dispatched with a swords. But when I cast Scheherazade, I had 2 Serendibs left in my deck. He had at least 2, or however many Juzam, n number of Juzams left in his deck, and that is how I ended up dying in the subgame. He played Juzam 1 and then Juzam 2 and then attacked me twice, and I died. I just got smashed pretty handily. His deck was like mono black Esper good stuff, so like blue for the good blue cards and white for the good white cards, like swords, disenchant, time walk, those things. So yeah, it was not super close, and I guess also I will cop to the fact that I missed 2 orb flips in this game, both on Juzam Jins. He didn't just smash me, like I did my part to lose, I guess. If I had hit either of those, or let's say if I hit both of those orb flips, I would have been in a much better position to not have lost those games, but I did not hit those orb flips. So I just got to go back and practice my flips, I guess. How did you do in round 2 there, Mr. Angelo? Who did you play?
I played Dave from Nice Taplar, and he was on Pink Weenie, which I just happened to draw all the answers I needed to 2-0 that guy too. I got lucky. I old school. I think one game out of balance, even up the score a little bit. At that point, I was feeling great about the deck.
Yeah.
You know, I was ready for round 3.
Just smashing people. What about you, Kyle? Kyle, I see you were faced off against who?
I had Steve Lynn, 8-Bit Steve, round 2.
Yes.
And he had, I think it was a good matchup for him, maybe. So, game 1, he played a Moat, which I forgot about. I couldn't beat that card. Birds of Paradise can fly over it. I attacked him with the Birds of Paradise a couple times, but we lost that one. I think game 2, maybe, he used his control magic to take my Rubinia, and then used my Rubinia to take another one of my legendary creatures, and then proceeded to beat me down with my own creatures. And I remember at one point he played Remove Soul to counter one of my creatures that I hard cast because I couldn't get Eureka. So it was just brutal. Nice. He had all the answers, and I think he won 2-0 easily.
Okay, so round 3 then, Kyle. You're kind of towards the bottom, or you're literally at the last table. You play Robert Matthews.
Yeah.
And what is that? Robbie Rob is that from Knights Templar?
Yeah, he had one of those blue like bowling shirts on. Yep.
And he's on pink weenie or mono white.
Yeah. Yep. Very cool guy.
He's a cool dude, yeah.
I just remember having like flashbacks of Jaco just beating me down with two twos and 2 1s and
same
just
thing.
Getting overrun. But yeah. We chatted mostly about local scene and, the area and his deck and stuff, but I didn't pay much attention to the game because I just was not doing anything.
Yeah.
So came out of that not feeling too good.
At this point, Angelo is like at the number 1 table against Todd Davis.
So the first game, I didn't see much. I can't remember. He won game 1. I didn't see much until I lost. But I thought he was on Pink Weenie up until he Land's Edged me.
Oh, that was the Land's Edge player, Todd. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, I can't remember, but I don't think he used that game 1. I don't think I saw Land's Edge till game 2. So he got me without me realizing what I was up against. I mean, if I was a better player, I probably would have recognized some of the other cards in the deck and said, this looks like, this deck. But so I think I lost 0-2. But he was a contender. I mean, that deck was strong. He had Abyss in there. That was messing me up real bad. Can't think of what else, but just a lot of really expensive good cards. Library of Alexandria drew him like 5 cards game 2. Those are some major situations.
Library is a good card.
Yeah, just good Magic cards. Black Lotus, I think, got him back in the game 1.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't care that much about Armageddon also, that deck, if he can get things online, so...
When he was land taxing.
Yeah, so that messes up your plans. to blow up the world. Round 3 for me was the best match I had all day. It was against John Merrill from the local club, and he is an old school player. He was telling me a lot about his collection. I was talking to him outside a bit. He has full sets of legends in the safe deposit box, basically, which is awesome. He literally collected all those cards. He has near mint sets of every Four Horsemen and Unlimited, right? But he just doesn't play with them. Anyway, I don't blame him for not playing with those cards. So that leads me all to say that his deck was not powered that I could tell. He didn't ever play any power cards. He had a Merfolk deck that simply played Merfolk. Merfolk with the Pearl Trident, Lord of Atlantis, River Merfolk. I have islands in my deck, so the River Merfolk never needed to do their thing, but he was operating super low to the ground, just playing 1-2 lands. His plan is kind of tempo, right? You get a few guys in play, then hold up Counterspell. And it worked very well. We got all the way to game 3. And in game 3, the board state is basically that he has a Lord and a Merfolk. And I have a Serendib, a Lion, and a Lion. And the way it ends up is that I've drawn a bunch of disenchants in my hand. And his line to win now is he plays Lord of Atlantis, unstable mutations his Merfolk twice, attacks me for 9 to take me from 13 to 4. On my turn, I then go from 4 to 3, attack him, and cast Time Walk. I go to 2, attack him again, and pass the turn. On his turn, I have 3 disenchants, and he has 2 blue mana. And so he goes to attack with his guy having 2 -1/-1 counters on it. And so I cast the first disenchant, which resolves. The second disenchant, he has a mana drain. The third disenchant, he's not able to counter. There's no force of will. So I'm able to disenchant his second unstable mutation, and his guy dies due to state-based effects. And then I'm able to go to my turn, take 1 from Serendib, and attack for exactly 7 to kill him. So I win the game at 1 life after somehow the 3 disenchants hand ended up being relevant to me winning the game against the mono blue Merfolk deck.
Amazing, because if you had cast Scheherazade, I would have screamed. Story would have kept going.
Sorry, yeah.
Have you ever sub-gamed in a sub-game, by the way?
It's not very advantageous to do that, so no. I
didn't ask that part. Have you ever done it?
No, I've not done it.
I mean, I get that it sucks, but I mean, you really want to be an annoying person.
No, it's not about being annoying. It's about dealing you 10 damage with one spell.
I'm saying if you did want to be an annoying person, that would be a fun way to do it.
Right. But that's not why I play Scheherazade. That's what I'm saying. But this is why people don't like Scheherazade, because of people like thinking like that, basically.
Because people like me, I hear you.
That was my round 3. So I was able to win. I was feeling good. I was battling back. It was 2-1 now. So round 4 rolls around. I sit down against Andrew. He's basically playing the same deck Caleb was playing. And so I'm like, great, I got another Jizam deck. I got to fight against this dude. And it basically went the same way. He cast Jizams, I didn't have swords, and then I died. Not much to tell in that match. But how did you do, Kyle?
Round 4, I was up against Jay Krusak, also one of those local guys from the Knights Templar. Super nice guy.
Yes.
He was on like a Rook Berserk deck or something. It was like a red, green, black, do big things kind of deck. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
And game 1, he beat me with a big fireball that he generated all the mana for. I don't think I did much. Game 2, I remember I got to do, like, he'd play a taiga, I played a strip mine, he played a taiga, I played a strip mine, played a taiga, I played a strip mine, and we got a picture of that. So by turn 4, we were playing Magic. That was pretty cool. Ended up, I actually was able to pull off a win finally after all that. I got to cast a Eureka and get some big dudes down. So that was pretty cool. And then I think game 3, I had like a turn 2 Eureka and just beat him down, big creatures. So my deck actually did what I wanted finally in round 4. I was feeling pretty happy. It was fun.
Excellent. And then, Angelo, you were against Gino in round 4, Ryan Jean. I saw that from afar. You were facing down a lot of robots.
So yeah, he had copy artifacts, his copy and trikes, and I just never got the mana I needed to cast the spells fast enough. Like I needed to be able to cast like 2 disenchants in a turn to get rid of both trikes so he couldn't copy artifact a third, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was game 1 or 2, I can't remember. I was really happy about the 4 strip mine situation when I saw Workshop.
Yeah.
I mean, the Library of Alexandria made me happy too, but it reminds me, like, I used to be anti-4 strip mine, but I get it. You gotta.
Yeah. You gotta have tools to fight those powerful things. You gotta give the little guy a chance.
Oh, and he definitely countered. He mana drained an Armageddon at one point, and then used the mana to cast a Suchi, which was insulting. So, I knew my place in the world at that point.
So that set you up for your final round, Angelo. You played against Robert Matthews in the last round.
It was Pink Weenie again.
Yeah, this is Robbie Rob.
Pink Weenie's revenge. I got stomped, and again, I think.
So he beat you and Kyle.
I think game 1 or 2, I drew like 8 lands.
Okay. 9
lands. Or not drew, but I saw like 9 or 10 lands in like 5 turns and didn't live. Wasn't great.
Kyle, so tell us, I heard about your match from Brandon. Tell us about it from your side of the table.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. We played Eureka versus Power Monolith. I think it might have been turn 1. I was able to cast a Eureka, and this was like game 1. I got down, I'm trying to get the picture here. I got down my Eureka and my legendary creatures and stuff and set up my board, and Mr. Brandon was able to drop like 2/3 of Power Monolith combo. He had like 3 copies of Monolith, but he didn't get a rocket launcher, luckily. So I was able to attack in while he was trying to draw something to deal damage to me. And I was able to pull out the win before he could deal me infinite damage. And then game 2 was pretty similar, actually. It was like turn 1 or turn 2. Eureka, get fatties. He had an awesome opener too, but not the whole shebang. And I was able to get in there before he could kill me. So I was quick, luckily. I got super lucky both games and won 2-0, actually. To close out the day.
My round 5 was against Ryan Jean, Angelo's 4th round opponent. He was 3-1 at that point, and I got paired up. So I guess I was the top 2-2 at that point. So I got paired up to him. So I sat down and I was like, oh, it's the battle for the winning record. And he's like, what are you talking about? So we proceeded to have an awesome 3 games. This was the second best match I had in the day. And this was the one where it came down to game 3. We both mulled the 5. My 5 was Serendib, land, Mox, and a Psyblast. And that Serendib came down on turn 2. His turn 2, he played Workshop Suchi, pass. On my turn, I attacked, and then while he's tapped out with no factories, I'm able to Psyblast his Suchi, so not only removing his guy, but he burns for 4 mana burn. So I'm able to deal 7 on turn 2, and then after that, I'm just able to ride it out. He just... I want to say I keep drawing strip mines at that point, so I think I destroyed 5 mana sources of his in game 3, and I'm able to just kind of walk it out, off that Serendib. It was pretty insane game 3. That was a really nice end of the day for me. Definitely ready and willing to play around 6, but like Angelo was talking about the time limit, I just assumed we were done, and everyone else kind of was also coasting into the end of the day.
I think the deciding factor was the fact that Tom got rid of his deck.
Oh, was that it? He had already sold it to Josh.
Which segues nicely into Flag Corner if you're ready for that.
Actually, what I want to talk about, I wanted to administer my magical quiz to you guys.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be great.
Before we head into Jackson Food Talk. All right, so Kyle, anything else you want to say about Old School before we move into Magic Quiz time?
I'm excited to see people at Thrash Bash. That's it.
When is Thrash Bash?
TBD. It's usually in the fall, October-ish. I don't think a date's been set, but hopefully it'll be at the same venue because it's always a good place, good time.
Right on. I have not been able to attend. Normally that timing does not work for me with soccer and cheer and other stuff, but maybe I'll be able to come sometime. Angelo, anything else on Old School before we move into Magic Trivia?
I would say I like playing it. It's fun. That's it.
It was very insightful, as always. That's why you're my co-host. All right, so Kyle, I prepared 2 quizzes for you to segue us from Old School to Vintage and Magic in general. I'm going to start off with a little quiz. I haven't come up with a good name for it yet, but we'll call it Name the Old School Cards. So in our last episode, we had Matt Hazard and Jimmy McCarthy on, and Jimmy was the champion of the HSI tournament. That's a vintage tournament, the Hazard Invitational. Okay, a lot of people, when they think of vintage, they think of old cards, they think of powerful old spells. I grabbed Jimmy's deck, so what I want you to tell me, I want you to name for me as many cards as you can from Jimmy's deck that are from that were old school legal, let's say. So name the old school cards in the vintage deck. So his deck was a Luris Vintage Bowmaster deck, and I'm going to let you struggle through it here. Angelo, you can be the phone a friend.
Okay.
What's his time limit?
So we got...
You keep the time, Angelo.
You get 5 minutes. No, 2 minutes. Go.
5 minutes. That's a long time. Okay.
2 minutes.
So I've played a couple games of Vintage. I could do this. Black Lotus is one of them, for sure.
Yes.
We've got Mox Sapphire, Mox Jet.
Yes.
We might have Time Walk, Time Twister, Ancestral.
Time Walk is in the deck. Ancestral is in the deck.
Okay. Let's go. Let's just guess Mox Ruby, Mox Pearl, Mox Emerald. I don't know if you would play those in Luris. Okay.
Yes. So you got all the Moxes.
Copy Artifact. Are we going to play that? Perhaps?
No, that's not.
Okay. All right. So I'm like halfway there. Let's see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
Oh, Soul Ring?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Counterspell?
No.
No counterspell.
No.
It's black blue Luris. Is that what you said? No.
Yeah, blue black Luris. Yeah.
We're not countering spells. So what else do we want to play? Mishra's Factory.
You do want to play lands, not Mishra's Factory though.
I'm giving you 30 second extension.
Yeah, Underground Sea.
Yes.
Tundra.
No.
Strip Mine.
Yes.
Mishra's Workshop.
You got 3 left. 10 seconds. Can you get there?
Boy.
There's 1 black card.
Demonic Tutor.
There you go. Demonic Tutor. And the last 2 are lands.
Volcanic Island and...
No. All right.
Tropical soup. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the
What do you got?
buzzer, Angelo. Are you buzzing?
Oh,
I'm buzzing in with the
Island
answer.
Swamp.
Okay. Island is one of them. Yes. And Angelo,
Oh.
what's the other one? What's the last
I
one?
was say Island Swamp. It's not Island Swamp.
No, there's no swamps. Just island.
Sheesh.
And Tabernacle at
Arena.
Pendrell Vale.
Oh,
Tabernacle.
not arena.
So your team did pretty good overall. Good job.
That was all Kyle, man.
So you get 13 out of 14 points. Yeah, so now, Kyle, my next quiz is a little bit off the beaten path. And Angelo said this might not be a good quiz for you because you might know some of the answers. But this next quiz I'm going to call Magic Card or Yu-Gi-Oh card. And you might guess what's going to happen. I'm going to name a card, and then you're going to have to tell me, is it a Magic card or is it a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Okay?
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward,
Okay.
right? All right.
I don't know any Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I know a lot of Magic cards, so we'll see how well I
Okay,
do.
so then maybe you'll be able to do it by like reverse elimination.
Right.
Here we go. First is Geralf the Fleshright.
That is a blue-black commander card from Magic the Gathering.
I don't think it's blue-black, but it is a Magic card. So I'll give you a point.
It's the guy with the shovel.
You get minus half a point for trying to name the colors and getting that wrong.
All right, I won't get
Trying to big
okay.
league him.
Yeah, trying to big. He's like, oh wait, it's a blue-black. All right, the next card I'm going to name is Earthquake Giant.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh. That's not a real card.
You sniffed it out. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. All right, so you're 2 for 2 so far. How about Edelise, the Cinderwind?
I'm just gonna guess Magic.
That is a Magic card.
What is that? Like a new card?
Well, it's a new card. You have to. There's extra cost for me to
Moving
tell you what the cards do. Angelo, if you want to look them up in the background, you could.
I already know what Edelise does. I play that card.
What does it do?
Blue-red commander. And something happens when you cast spells. I can't remember what it is, though.
All right. Well, I mean that's more than I knew, so I'll take it. Okay. Next card is Black Thunder.
That's an album.
Stop. That's
Or
that's a banned Magic card, bro. We can't talk about this on the podcast.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That is, in fact, a Yu-Gi-Oh card. You're pretty good at this. Maybe I'm just not good at making quizzes. All right, how about Alcei, the Sylvan High Protector?
Yu-Gi-Oh. That sounds very Yu-Gi-Oh.
How does that sound more Yu-Gi-Oh than Geralf the Fleshright or Adelise the Cinderwind?
I have heard of Geralf at least, and Edelise,
All right.
I guess. This
All right,
one,
but you're guessing this one is Yu-Gi-Oh.
Geralt
Yeah.
has
Right.
many cards.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Or not many cards, is on many cards.
So you're batting 1,000 on this one. I need to go back to the drawing board on the Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh quiz, I think. All right,
Aren't there any
Sylvan
Yu-Gi-Oh
Paradise.
card names? Sylvan Paradise. That's Magic.
Sylvan
for sure.
Paradise.
Green card.
Okay, that is a Magic card. Earthquake.
Magic card.
Trick question. It's a Magic card and a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Got him.
Thunder Mountain.
Ooh, that could go either way. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon card. Chopman the Desperate Outlaw.
That's One Piece, I think. I don't know.
No, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. No, you already said One Piece. All right, you missed. I'll give you that one. All right. So you are technically still 100% if we give you the trick question. Ashad the Lone Cyberman.
What was that card? The game Illuminati? Is it from that? Maybe. It's not Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh.
It is in fact a Magic card. No, it's a Magic card.
It sounds like a
Really?
Doctor Who card.
Oh, okay.
It's a Magic card from Universes Beyond. Earthbound Prison.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And I'll wrap it up with Earth Cult Elemental.
Earth Cult. There's elementals in Magic, but I've never heard of this one. I'm going to say Magic.
It is a Magic card.
Woo!
All right, Angelo, what was his score? Were you keeping track?
No.
So good job, Kyle, for Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Can we do a sub quiz? Magic card or sorcery card?
Oh,
Do you have
there's
it
only
ready
one
to go?
sorcery set.
No.
Kyle knows all the cards from sorcery, so I'm not gonna try to get him with that.
I think what Kyle forgot to mention, we asked him if he played Yu-Gi-Oh! We didn't ask him if he collects Yu-Gi-Oh!
All right, how about
Collect Yu-Gi-Oh,
Disenchant?
Kyle?
Disenchant is both sorcery and magic. I'm sorry to tell you. Trick question.
Bam.
About
Bam. He got
there's
us.
a lot of that.
He got us.
I know I don't
All right.
collect or play Yu-Gi-Oh at all. So, I don't know.
All right. So he officially answered. There was no shenanigans involved. Just Kyle's really good at guessing my pattern. All
Fair
right,
and
I'll
square.
go back to the drawing board. Now I want to talk a little bit more about the venue, food and drink. We talked about the event rounds. I just want to talk a little bit about what you guys ate and drank at Ironbark. Give them a little shout out because they were very nice in hosting us. What did you eat, Angelo? Or what did you have to drink that was good?
Bless their hearts. When they got mobbed by the breakfast beer drinkers at like 11 a.m., they ran out of the lager or pilsner or whatever they had, like the lightest beer they had, which became an issue throughout the day for several players, I think, because you're drinking stuff that's like 5-6%. But I had a blonde ale or two. They were tasty. I also ate a Chicago dog and a Reuben, which, as somebody who, like Chicago hot dogs in Chicago and Reubens in Cleveland, I mean, they were, a good Michigan approximation of those. They had their own like brewery spin on them, which was cool. The Chicago dog had some kind of not honey mustard, but like a sweet mustard. And that's not my biggest jam, but some people probably liked it. The roll was a little big. Reuben was, it's good. The chips were delicious that came with it. So it was good food. I ate.
What did you munch on, Kyle?
I agree. The chips were really good. I remember having the Yuppie sandwich, which was roasted turkey breast, bacon, avocado, spinach, red onion, tomato, with garlic, herb aioli on some healthy grainy bread, according to their website.
That sounds awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first thing I ordered when we got there was a Dragon Slayer IPA, just because the name sounded awesome, but it also tasted really good. And I think I had like 2 or 3 of those, and maybe a couple other beers. They're all good.
Nice. Yeah, I was driving. I was going to be the driver home that day, so I just had one beer to start off, and it was one of the lowest alcohol content beers. It was just it was not as sour. Maybe it was a sour. It's a mango tango something, but it was awesome. Maybe if you have the menu up there, Kyle, you see it, but it's a mango tango, and it's like maybe 4.2%, but it had a good mango flavor. I hate when they call stuff mango and it's like mango essence or something. I don't know. So had like a good taste of mango for sure. Then I had a Reuben as well, which I think I had recommended to Angelo and several other people. Definitely as Angelo said, it's a Midwest one. I'm used to the Jewish deli here in Youngstown, that kind of Reuben. So it was a good approximation and definitely good for what it was. Had some kind of, I don't know if you noticed this, Angelo, it had like potato salad on it. It had this like yellow potato salad with mustard on it. It made it awesome.
Was that what that was? Potato salad? I thought it was like caramelized onions.
No, it's potato salad.
Okay. Interesting.
What do you call it? German potato salad? The yellow one. The yellow kind of potato salad.
Yeah, sure. German potato salad.
So yeah, it was awesome. And then, pretty much when we rolled out of there, we were trying to just kind of shoot back straight to Cleveland, which we for the most part were able to do. But what did you guys do, Kyle? You stuck around on Saturday?
We tried to find a LGS to buy some packs because My degenerate friends always just like cracking packs of cards, no matter what. If that's an opportunity, we didn't bring a lot of other decks to play besides the Kumite
To
ones.
play Kraken Boosties or just to open them? Pack Wars, at least?
Yeah, so we ended up actually playing Paigao, which is, I think the people who work at WotC have a different name for it, but you basically open a pack. They used to have 15 cards in them, and you would make 5 3-card decks out of your pack, and then you would play against each other.
Yes. I
So,
made
pretty
Steven
fun.
play this with me at SCG Con, like, over and over again. I brought a box of Midnight Innistrad or something, and I remember, and I was like, those packs had double face cards in them, and Steven was like, what do I do with these? I'm like, well, just put them in one of your 5 decks and just make sure it's not the top card. And then, like, whenever you pick it up to play it, just don't show me it until you play it. He's like, all right. He caught on very quickly and smashed my face, like, over and over again.
I mean, I love playing Paigao, dude. I played it at Eternal Weekend with K-Pone a bunch. I played it. I'm always playing it at the land. So, yeah. But I have to dispute, though. I like to play 4 3-card decks, and you toss 3 cards because the tokens and basics and whatnot.
Yeah, well, you have to do that now because the packs have like 12 cards in them now.
Do they? I like the idea of making 5, and we had this philosophical discussion before, Angelo, about the fact that when you make 5 3-card piles, then just 2 of them are dead piles. So it's kind of also the luck of the draw of which decks your decks get matched up with, right?
I mean, that's a strategy. I try to make sure every pile has a way to win.
But sometimes if you have multiple lands in a pack, like sometimes you have piles that are dead, right? We will investigate which packs have 15 cards, and we will try to use those for our Paigao from now on. I have a bunch of packs of Innistrad, so we'll do it at the land. Right on. So you play Paigao packs at the hotel. Were you playing for the packs, or were you just playing, like, phantom drafting them?
No, we actually did not find an LGS that was open, so we went to Target, and Target didn't have any Magic cards. They only had Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon.
Nice.
So then we went to Walmart, and they had some of those, like, gambler packs. Like, it'll show, like, a foil card on the front and then mystery packs inside. So we got 2 boxes of those. And, just smashed, like, random packs against each other.
Degen.
That was pretty good.
Nice. Did you
How many packs of
sweet X spells? I love X spells in Paigao. You like kill you?
I remember Ward had an 8/8 creature, but I don't remember any X spells actually. I think that was the biggest we got.
So how many packs did you open? That's what Angelo wanted to know.
Oh, I don't know. A lot.
12? 17?
More. Probably more than 30.
Nice. All right, we had to get some of the degeneracy.
Must have cost a fortune.
Good. It's $4 a pack. It's only like $150, dude.
We had the desk in our hotel room as our table because, like, they had the breakfast area was all shut down and the lights were off, and it's like right next to the front desk, and that person didn't look like they wanted to watch us play Magic. So we went up to the room, pulled the desk into the middle of the room where my bed was, like moved the bed out of the way, and just played on this tiny desk. So it was like 2 people were playing and 1 was sitting there just commentating, essentially. But it was pretty good. Good hotel event.
Excellent. So, Angelo, you ready for the swag corner?
Yeah, man. I mean, we've already actually talked about it, but I didn't know Bob's deck was a regular thing, so that was really pleasant to see. I really appreciated the raw shuffle.
The sleeveless raw shuffle on the alpha cards.
Yeah, man. I mean, I strive to play sleeveless whenever possible. I play my Tron deck sleeveless for modern, so
Evil Mailman,
brand deck.
Swaggin'.
I think it's worth mentioning Tom every year proxying his deck and then selling it at the end for charity. I think that's a cool move. And I think it's important to mention also that Josh swooped in there and bought the whole deck before the tournament was over, so that he could have all the
That's
cards.
also pretty swag. Yeah, that's pretty swag. Except Tom did say he took the Mux Jet out of it.
Oh, did he really?
I think he was joking. But what I was going to say is just out of anyone that we could award the swag corner recognition to, I feel like Evil Mailman is the person who would appreciate it the most so far.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so swag. Kyle, what do you say?
Oh, yeah. I played against Mailman's deck at the Elks Lodge thing, like 2018, 2019, I think. And I remember thinking it was awesome. So, yeah, he's still rocking
I think
that.
he has better cards in it since then. Like, I don't know if he was done with it at that time.
Kyle, was it swag or not?
Very swag. And his hat was cool. He had the USPS hat. I like that. Good vibe.
He's rocking his USPS. Kyle, what did you see? Like so the whole purpose of the swag corner is to identify something that is swagger. What did you see at Kumite or in the recent past that you felt was swagger, whether it's magical or otherwise, like to give you that vibe and you're feeling that person or that deck, or what do you feel was the most swag thing that you've seen recently?
The prize pool was pretty swag. Like, these events are getting pretty wild with the altars on the prize pool. So I appreciate the people sending stuff in. Even people who don't come to the events or can't make it out or whatever, they'll just send like a stack of cards. Like, here, give these out. So that was pretty awesome. And there's some good ones too.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the Kumite prize pool is they got it all laid out there, right? So throughout the tournament, between rounds, you're like eyeing all these cards. Like, I'll take that, and if that's not there, I'll take that and that. And then you get up there, and none of what you wanted is there. That's what happens to me, at least. And then I see those cards out in the wild, like a year later, and I'm like, oh, that's that Hypnotic Spectre I wanted. That this dude apparently
wanted.
You know what I mean? So that I think that adds like a little. Yeah, it adds like a little mystique to the thing. Like, there are cards, comrade, until, you take it home and put it in a deck.
That's true. It's a
fun thing seeing those out in the wild, knowing that you might have had a chance at them, but didn't get the luck of the draw.
So for me, Angelo, I kind of go the other way. I don't take a deep look at the prize pool between rounds because I know that I don't want to get attached to any particular card. So and also in years past, I've been way down in the picks. So I basically hold off even really looking at them closely until the whole thing is over and kind of get a fleeting look and almost even wait until I'm walking up there and then just kind of ask the people who are standing around, what's the best cards that are left? Right? Like, what should I get? Because I didn't expect that I was going to be in the top 5 or 6 picks this year like I was. And so when I walked up there, I hadn't really scoped everything out to know what I should grab. And I almost walked away with the wrong card. And then at the last second, I realized that there's this insane looking Dark Ritual still sitting there, like very unassuming on the side. I think probably someone had moved it over there hoping that like no one would see it or something. But yeah, so I grabbed this insane Dark Ritual that is a painting of the Silence of the Lambs. It puts the lotion on the skin and it's so creepy and awesome. I put it in the sleeve and I wrote on the sleeve Kumite 7 in a white pen. So then when I play it, it'll look like it's written on, but it's not actually written on. And I don't know what I'm going to play it in, but I feel like now I'll just have to play a Dark Ritual deck next year.
Yeah, the MR Altar game is hot. It's a good card.
Yeah, so that, I mean, I hate to name my own prize card as the swag corner. I will say my altar, but as a whole, I will say all the altered decks that I saw. Let me not just talk about the altars in the prize pool, but like in the same way, people bring decks that have a ton of altars or their prior Kumite prize cards in them, right? And so you can talk about like my opponent round 1, Josh, his deck was insane. Like almost every card in it was an altered card. Probably the overall swag award from me is for all the creative decks that I saw. It's kind of a cop out, but yeah, it's just this event definitely has the highest concentration, I would say, of this kind of personalized decks out of anyone that I have gone to.
We should also mention Susan Van Camp was there, and her Posca game was on point. I saw some of the stuff she was doing.
Yeah, for sure. I jumped in that line. I wasn't gonna, and then Josh Bergoa kind of gave me shit about like, oh, you're not getting an altar or something. I was like, oh, I didn't know what to get. And then Susan, I was standing there, and Susan's she was signing my mailman foil hymn that he gave me, and then Susan altered a psychic purge for me because she basically was like, if you let me do whatever, I'll draw a dragon on it. And I said, cool. Can you do a blue dragon? And then she ended up wanting to do a pink or reddish dragon. So I was like, whatever, that was also cool. So it was a nice little dragon on there. Had her write the date. So I remember this is my Kumite Psychic Purge dragon. Yeah, I was really happy. I didn't know she was going to be there, but Tom, who represents her, brought a lot of commons and stuff, like a lot of hymns and psychic purges and things like that. People wanted to just ad hoc get an altar done. So yeah, I for sure loved the fact that she was able to come and hang out, and I was happy to be able to get some cards signed and get an altar. So Kumite 7 in the books. I thought it was an awesome event. At the end of the day, it was really cool. Jaco jamming the same deck that he's been jamming over and over again. No blue cards in it, and takes the thing down. Very awesome. So a well-deserved win for Jaco. Good to see him. And well-run, well-attended event by the Knights Templar. Big ups to them for hosting. Kyle, final thoughts, my friend.
It's always good to talk to you guys. Good to hang out with you guys. Can't wait to see you at the next event.
Angelo, take us out.
Thanks, Kyle, for coming on. Kumite was a good time. Pleasant to be with all you guys. If you made it this far, thanks for listening.
Well, you've done it again. You've wasted a perfectly good 90 minutes listening to Full Warning, a Team Serious podcast. My name is Roger James.
I'm BC Druid.
And this is the Kyle Wells.
We're editing all this out anyways. It's fine, Angelo. You think you're getting me, but I'm the editor, so.
Yeah, okay.